Yeah.
Anyway,
That's nice. That's nice.
yeah, it's a good thing. So let me take you guys to the next story. Let's talk about radio presenter Mike Mondo. So huyu Mondos amekuwa akiulizwa na mamake, when are you bringing a lady home? He's almost turning 40 and the mom was talking about, he was telling him, and he feels like he's being pressured by even his friends and the society to marry because, he's turning 40. He's still a single man and ladies are eyeing him, but he's not ready. So he was talking about that. So I don't know how you guys feel about, your mom or your friends pressuring you because you're almost getting to 40. You're not married yet. You need to marry and all that. How you feel about it? But in the situation yake, but here you know what? I'm gonna take my time. I'm not gonna, succumb to the pressure. But hey, what do I keep calm? But he just talked about it. At 40, your mom is telling you what.
But mamako lazima afanye hivyo. You know why? It's not even about that ni mama yangu, but the fact that it's what she knows.
Yeah.
It's what she's
nothing
seen.
else she knows.
There's nothing else beyond that. Yuko 40, yuko na mtoi. These people were getting married when they were 19, 20, 12, 13,
Yeah.
So umefika 40 manze, 40.
Na uko tu.
Na uko, na uoni, hata uoni umeleta kamtu. Sometimes kuna zile uta-comfort madhako kidogo unamletea kamtu alafu anaona, okay, maybe kuna, plans in the future. But hujaleta. Sa atakuwa tu na questions. Ni mtoto atakuja lini basi.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he has siblings who have kids, so I'm pretty sure she's just pushing for more grandchildren. But it's like, he's a really nice guy. I'm sure if when he finds someone, we will know. For a fact, we will know.
Yeah. If you take your time, then you get married to the wrong person because of pressure.
Yeah.
Honestly, what's the point of getting married 10 years down the line? You are leaving that marriage. I'm at 2 years. Hata sita. Kuna wengine anakanga 2 years and someone is leaving because alifanywa pressure. Oh, unazeeka, onge sijui nini. You got married. Then what happens? 1 year later, vita za Iraq na Iran.
Just because you did it because you had to.
Imagine.
Well, pressure tuachie gas cooker. Lakini Joyo, that is that a very legible bachelor. Mike Mondo, very legible, and you're very legible as well. What do you have to say, Joyo?
You guys just want me to spill the tea.
Oh, Joyo, which tea?
There's no tea. There's no tea.
Oh my God.
It's going to become a headline. It's going to become a headline.
Okay. Joyo.
Sasa hiyo ndo point.
Joyo kwani alikuwa models?
Can we move on?
Alikuwa models ama Joyo utatuambia hapa, lakini sisi sasa unaona sasa inatuumiza. Ni hujuma. Ni sawa. Basi twende pale Tanzania kabla Joyo afikirie kama atatuspilia hii chai because it's hot. Can I sip some? Can I? No, before I do that, let's talk about Wasafi. I know we're always talking about Wasafi, but this time around we're talking about Abdul Juma Eid, who goes by the name Lava Lava. Karibu niseme AKA. Yeah, but Lava Lava. Now he's joined this very few artists in East Africa that have attained 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and he went to celebrate his milestone and said how he got the YouTube Gold Creator Award. Yes, that's the award that you get when you reach 1 million subscribers. Inaitwa Gold Plaque. Tuko na silver one here, right? So anyway, among the people that have attained 1 million subscribers in East Africa, we have Diamond Platnumz at 5 million, Rayvanny 2.6, Harmonize 2 million, 2.4, Eddie Kenzo pia kona 1 million na kitu, Mbosso 1 million as well, Zuchu anasonga ko 1.3 actually, Lava Lava ndio huyo amefika 1 million. Hapa Kenya locally, I think ni Churchill too. I don't know any other person that leave alone the TV station, 1 million subscriber individually. I think here we have Sauti Sol wako karibu 700 and something thousand. So wacha tungoje, and congratulations to you, Lava Lava.
I'm sure that's good news after he was out here crying. Did you see that video?
No,
bro, this guy went to the studio where Lulu Diva was. I don't know how I saw this video. Where Lulu Diva was doing an interview. He came with flowers. He was on his knees. Lulu Diva was not having it. Niache nini. So she left the interview. Yakabaki hapo akilia.
Sasa yeye anaimba wimbo vizuri, anasema heri tuachane. Na wewe huko
unataka kuachana. Bra, alikuwa amelia, my guy.
Congratulations on YouTube. Yeah. That's all I can say.
That should, you know, wipe off his tears, you know.
I know.
Apanguze na hiyo plate.
Apanguze na bas. You'll be fine, lava.
Man, I thought you venye tutawasaidia. But anyway, let's move on to what are we doing today? Life sport.
Health sport.
Ni health sport.
Yes.
Health sport.
Health sport.
Yeah, so today on Health Sport, we're talking how do you deal with the pressures that you've had in your life? What kind of pressures have you had in your life? And of course, as usual, we went to the streets to hear what people had to say, and let's have a look.
Hey, Chat Sport. Peer pressure yenye nishaipata kwa mabeshte ni we started a business with my friends out of just I joined them because they talked about it a lot and it gave us a lot of money for a while when I was in high school. And so I think if the peer pressure is positive, it can work for you. It can work for everyone. Yeah.
Hi, Chat Sport. Naitwa Jafeth. So peer pressure imeni okay wase kila msee almost kila msee akona dem, so na wanakufanya pia uko na pressure, uko na dem mwingine, so hiyo pressure like unaona kila msee akona dem wake na wewe hauna, so unajiona uko low.
Hi, Chat Sport. My name is Brian Bore. Peer pressure has had a positive effect on my life. In school, sometimes people tease you for getting good grades, and that has made me put more effort in my schoolwork.
Hi, Chat Sports. I'm Ken. I've had peer pressure. It was about music while at high school, and I was trying to conform to the pop music, by then R&B and hip hop. But I found that in as much as you'd want to conform, probably it should be to a little extent, not to overdo it, not to go deep into it, but just a little extent. So peer pressure is good as a motivation in us, in a short instance, but not too much. Yeah, just to keep you going.
Yes, and today in virtual studio we have Sonia Jasmine, who is a clinical psychologist, and of course she'll touch on this topic a little bit. Welcome, Sonia.
Thank you. This is I like the responses that people give when they talk about peer pressure. And this is because I have had two things. I have had that there is positive peer pressure and there is negative peer pressure. So, and that is a very important concept to understand. The one thing that you need to understand is what is peer pressure. We have peer, the term peer that says influence from people of the same age group. And then we have pressure. And the reason why most of the time we talk about negative peer pressure is because the term pressure in itself refers to the conforming of a group's biases. And with that, that's why we have positive peer pressure and we have negative peer pressure. Yeah.
So what's an example of the positive peer pressure?
Positive peer pressure, Joyce, would be maybe Nana telling you, let's go work out, let's go eat healthy, let's do something that will better your life. And this is with things that, or activities or behaviors that are adding a positive influence to you. So anything that is positive or anything that adds values to yourself as an individual, that is what we will call positive peer pressure.
When we talk about peer pressure, most of the times when you lay that word out there, most people think it's just teenagers that suffer from peer pressure. But is it just teenagers alone?
That is a very good question, because peer pressure cuts across from actually young kids all the way to the senior citizens. So it is not something that cuts across only amongst teenagers or adolescents. It affects everybody across board. We could be influenced by peer pressure. Old people, our grandfathers, even our great grandmothers at their age experience peer pressure.
What would you tell maybe the older generation that has succumbed to maybe peer pressure? You know, someone is over 40, lakini behavior zake uko tu like, wow. You get, just because he's trying to do things which he thinks are cool as per society, you know, expectations, or per what society says is acceptable, or it's trendy, or it's fashionable. What would you tell such people?
What we would start by understanding is that why they behave the way they behave that way. And there is a concept for that, actually. There's a name that we call pluralistic ignorance. So what you have described is a form of negative peer pressure, and it is known as pluralistic because people are doing that. For example, this individual is in a group of people who act cool, but he is the different one. He's different in terms of his norms or social values, but he's trying to fit. Remember that peer pressure occurs within the same peers. So if this individual is influenced by the peers to behave that way, then we will see that indeed he's actually experiencing negative peer pressure, and there are tools to combat that. And then is being aware that you're actually experiencing this pressure from your peers. So that is what I would say, being aware. Are your peers influencing you? And how are they influencing you? Is it a positive peer pressure? Is it a negative peer pressure? We have 4 types of negative peer pressure. The first one is the explicit peer pressure, where I tell you directly, hey, come we smoke this, or hey, come we do this and that. That is oftenly negative. And then we have the implicit peer pressure, whereby somebody is not even being asked to behave in a certain way, but because everybody in the group is behaving that way, they feel the pressure from inside. So whatever you have explained to me, that person could be feeling implicit peer pressure. Nobody is telling them to do something, but because their peers around them are doing the same things, and he's different and he doesn't want to feel different, then he is going to have that implicit negative peer pressure. And then the third one is called the put down peer pressure, whereby somebody is even abusing you, telling you, oh, you're stupid and dumb for not behaving this way. You know, why are you such a dog? Or why are you, all the insults because you're choosing not to conform into a certain bias in that group. And the fourth one is the hustle negative peer pressure, where you have actually said your stand and somebody continues to nag you and say, oh, come on, just do this, it won't have an effect. So for that person is identifying what kind of negative pressure that they are experiencing. Is it implicit? Is it explicit peer pressure? And then why is it affecting them? Because by the time we are calling it peer pressure, you are actually feeling it. You are actually feeling it, and it is threatening everything that is within you, either your norms, your beliefs, your values, or everything that you go by is being threatened, and then starting to look inwards to it.
When you say peer pressure cuts across all boards, across all generations and everyone, why is it so hard for a teenager to resist peer pressure, though?
That's great, because they're still developing. It's as simple as that. Because right now, as an adult, Nana, you realize that your decision-making skills are very different from an adolescent. We talk about there are areas of the brain that haven't yet developed for a teenager, and they're continuing to develop. So somehow, for example, their frontal cortex is still forming, and that is very paramount in decision-making skills, in analyzing, should I do this or should I not do this? Should I say this? Should I not? I want to fit in this. Is this right? Is it wrong? So most of the time, they are actually not able to make certain decisions because parts of their brain is developing. Another thing is that they are growing, like they want to have an identity. When you are a teenager, you're really looking for your identity. You want to see what is your identity. You're breaking out from what your parents know, and you're developing the hormones that are going around your body, the different things that you are discovering that you like, the different things that you don't like. And the need to belong to a group is so profound that it actually dictates so many things in a teenager's life. And that is why they are most susceptible to having or succumbing to peer pressure. Well, I might dare say more than an adult would. Adults is sometimes out of choice.
Thank you so much, Sonia. Insightful as always. It was a pleasure. But guys, we need to take a short commercial break. Don't not go anywhere because our guest is in studio.